We're now going to talk about altered stitches on your Bernina 5 series. Whenever doing any type of alteration in your stitches, make sure that you're using your number 20 foot that has the channel so your decorative stitches can ride underneath. In this example, I'm going to select from the quilting menu the blanket stitch, which is 1309. You can see my defaults. So my stitch length is 2.6 and the width of my bite in my blanket stitch is 2.3. So I'm just going to go ahead and sew about an inch of the blanket stitch. And here's my blanket stitch. I want to make some changes to this. I want to adjust the width from 2.3 to 3.5. Now I'm going to use my zigzag dial. I want to use my zigzag dial to make this wider. So this is one way I can do this. If I turn it clockwise, as you can see, the numbers are going up, and we're going to go to 3.5. I could have also tapped on this and just hit the number up or done the slider. The width of my stitches are 3.5. I also want to change my length to 4.1. Again, I can use my bottom dial to increase. See, the number is going up. I can do it that way, or I can tap on the number and I can increment it up, or just slide it up to 4.1. Let's go ahead and stitch a second row. So we can compare the difference. As you can see, there's significantly more space between the stitches, and the bite of my blanket stitch is longer. Okay. Now, if I had left this my default length, let's go ahead and do that. And we'll sew a third row. And I'll show you the difference. So here's my default length, but adjusted with the bite. Here is my adjusted length and adjusted bite. This is a very nice stitch for applique. Let's talk about needles with your Bernina machine. I have the universal needles here, 70, 80s, and 90s. You always need to have a good needle in your machine. I typically replace my needle every 6 to 8 hours. That way I get very good stitches and I have very good performance with my machine. It is important to use quality products in your Bernina. Highly recommend the Bernina needles. They're made to exacting standards so that you'll always have great stitches with your machine. Let's talk about thread. There's two types of wound thread. This is called a cross wound. As you can see that it's crossing itself. These spools are meant to be horizontal so that your thread comes off correctly. If you have thread that is horizontally wound like this, it must be always vertical. Never put a horizontal this way. You will not have good quality stitches. Most thread nowadays is cross wound, but you may find some of the specialty threads are horizontal. This needs to be vertical on your machine, not horizontal.